Imagine preparing for a grand religious festival. Lights, music, celebration, devotion, and then within seconds, a massive explosion. Fire everywhere, homes damaged, lives lost. A festival turned into a disaster. That is what happened in Kerala's Mutandikodi. But this is not just a tragic accident, this raises a deeper question. Can tradition justify unsafe practices? Today, let's decode the Indo editorial fire and sound in UPSC style. The incident happened ahead of the famous Tirusur Purnam, known for grand processions, competitive fireworks, spectacular tradition, and before the festival itself, a firework assembly unit exploded. Many died, many were injured, houses nearby were damaged, and suddenly the debate returned. Was this an accident or a preventable disaster? The editorial says it was preventable. See, this is where the UPSC concept begins. The editorial treats this not as a random tragedy but as a regulatory failure. Think about that. Report suggests unsafe storage, excessive explosive material, poor layout, untrained workers, and weak enforcement. This is not fate. This is governance failure. And this fits as a big GS3 concept. Disaster risk reduction. See, real disaster management is not only rescue after tragedy, it is preventing tragedy. Okay, there is a very important distinction between two. Okay, and here comes something crucial. This was not India's first warning. Remember the Puttingal temple firework accident. After that disaster, judicial recommendation came. Licensing rule, safety distances, material handling protocols. Strong rules existed. Then why another tragedy? The editorial uses a powerful governance idea, implementation deficit. We make rules but often fail to enforce them, and that failure costs life. Now, now comes the most sensitive part, faith and public safety. Many dangerous practices survive because they are linked to traditions and governments hesitate. Why? Sometimes politics, sometimes public pressure, sometimes vote bank consideration. Editorial says hazardous traditions often get protected while safety gets compromised. This raises a constitutional question. Can religious custom override the right to life under Article 21? The editorial says no. Tradition cannot come at the cost of human life. Okay, it's a very strong ethical point. Okay, which is that tradition cannot come at the cost of human life. Okay, there is a powerful modern concept here. Okay, manufactured risk. Not all disasters are natural, some are created by human choices, like unsafe storage, poor regulation, political neglect, all combined to create risk. And when that explodes, literally, we call it tragedy. But in reality, it was built into the system. That's what the editorial exposes. Okay, the editorial also gives behind explosions. Firework raises noise pollution, health concerns, risk to children, patient, and elderly. And there is also worker safety. Often informal workers handle dangerous material with little protection. See, in English, take the word little, a little. With little protection means with no protection. With a little protection means with some amount of protection. Okay, so here with little protection means with no protection. Okay, so this is also a labor rights issue, where which is a labor right issue, informal workers handling dangerous material with little protection, which means without any protection. It is a labor rights issue. a public health issue, an environmental issue. That's why this editorial is much bigger than fireworks. Okay, so what does the editorial suggest? See, move from compensation after deaths to prevention before deaths. Also, adopt safer alternatives like modern cold spark technology. Okay, see, cold spark technology is a thing where if you will be seeing any concerts and all, there will be a box kind of thing kept black color, and in concert behind the artist will be performing, and then fireworks will come. Okay, those are all not traditional fireworks, but it is a cold spark technology where it can be programmed how much the view should come, how much for that firework can go. It can go from 3 feet to 15 feet, and it is better than a traditional firework because it produces low heat, low smoke. It is environmental friendly when compared to traditional fireworks. Okay, so this is important because tradition doesn't have to disappear. They can adapt, celebrate safely without risking life. Okay, this is a key message. So, what is the larger lesson? This tragedy teaches us governance is tested not after disaster but before they happen. Strong regulation, deep politicized enforcement, safer innovations like the cold spark technology here. This is the real solution. As the editorial reminds us, compensation cannot replace prevention. Okay, a tradition should evolve, not explode. Okay, if you find this breakdown useful, let me know. Put your doubts in the comment section. I hope you would have gained some knowledge through this video, and let us see in the next video. Bye bye.